welcome back to The Jump. Let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks, whose expectations have been raised this season with the addition of Kristaps Porzingis. In fact, Mavs legend Steve Nash thinks the combo of Porzingis and Luka could make so much noise that he told Mavs.com, quote, "I think it's a super exciting time to be a Mavericks fan and to play and work for the Mavericks. You've got two players that are incredible difference makers. If they can form a bond and chemistry and an understanding, they both fit into the modern game extremely well. It's going to be exciting to watch them develop together." Richard, would you call Steve Nash a Mavs legend or a Suns legend? And do you see them as the second coming, Luka and KP, of Nash and Dirk?
They definitely look the part, right? So that's one. Two, my thing is
the hair.
this.
Come on, look at the hair. Can you please discuss the hair for a minute? Can we pause here?
Stop it.
Look at this
Stop
hair.
it. You know what I mean?
Mo Bamba would be jealous of the hair on these two guys.
Mo Bamba should be jealous of no one's hair. My thing is this. They both are so talented and they do so many things. Like you look at the Steve Nash and the Dirk Nowitzki like pick and roll was one that even Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin couldn't guard, right? Because they were just so good. And I think they have potential. I think Steve Nash is definitely a Dallas legend. I think the trade that got him out there and brought in Jason Terry was a part of winning that championship because they moved off of Steve Nash, and Steve Nash went on to do great things. But I think they have the building blocks for the next 10 years. If these guys stay healthy, then it's all about the pieces that are put around them.
I mean, we are talking about the number 6 all-time leading scorer in Dirk Nowitzki and a back-to-back MVP in Steve Nash. So it's such a lofty comparison. I understand it is the back-to-back MVP making the comparison, but I'm not ready to go there like Steve is. But one thing I will say is that I've spoken to someone who's trained with Kristaps Porzingis, and he's trained other NBA stars, MVPs, All-Stars, and he said he is truly special. I believe he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's interesting.
And so, I mean, again, you need things to go right. It needs to have health. It needs to win and everything like that. But, I mean, that to me has always been an endorsement that I've held very dearly when I've thought about Kristaps' potential.
And he's an underrated defensive player. Yeah. He is a much better defensive player than Dirk. Much better. Like Porzingis, and not even to compare him to Dirk because I love my guy Dirty. But the thing is that like the main thing about Porzingis is not only what he does on the offensive end and all the problems, but he is a very good defensive player, blocking shots, weak side defense. So, I think if they put the right players around him, this could be the franchise for the next 10 plus years.
I mean, first of all, there's a lot of moose with these two young guys right now, right?
Yeah.
But did you see the first picture in this little photo cycle?
The blonde?
This is amazing.
Oh my God, the tips.
Dirk held a costume party to celebrate his most recent, or I think was it, I don't want to say his 40th birthday. How old was he when he?
His 47th birthday. Yes, allegedly.
And his costume party theme was what he looked like as a rookie. And it was amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The baggy jeans.
We're going to, for the web.
The whole nine.
Pictures, yes.
Luka and KP obviously live in an Instagram age. They're a little bit more aware of their presence right now. But we'll have to see, and that's what's so fun. I'm so excited to find out what Dallas basketball is going to be this season. That is the best way to feel. All right, before the break, we recommended Bobby Marks' piece on players who are bonus eligible this upcoming season. One of the players mentioned in that piece was Bradley Beal, who already has a 3-year, $112 million extension offer on the table from the Wizards. However, he has not picked it up, and one of the reasons is he can make a lot more money next year if he happens to pass on that, makes the All-NBA team this season. He would be eligible for a 5-year, $254 million extension next summer. He got a lot of All-NBA votes this year, didn't quite make the cut. But, Dave, do you think that he'll be in the mix and could qualify for that extension next year?
Absolutely, he'll be in the mix. I think the question will be when it comes to voters is, do you want to vote for a guy who played on a terrible team? I don't see the Wizards being anywhere even near the playoff conversation.
Well, Kemba Walker got the vote that a lot of people. There's that last guard spot, right? And people were like, "Is it Kemba Walker? Is it Bradley Beal?"
I voted for Lou Williams, based on his contributions to a team that was winning games and winning in the Western Conference.
Right.
I mean, again,
Klay Thompson got votes for that spot.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, something that he'll have to overcome when it comes to voters.
I think he's going to get votes again, but me personally, and I don't have a vote, it's just so tough. Like Bradley Beal, and we were talking about C.J. McCollum a little bit earlier. Like C.J. McCollum does what he does on a team that is battling every year in the Western Conference. And so if you have to pick two guards, like I think Bradley Beal is super talented. Should he get votes? Without John Wall on that squad and whoever they have, he might average 30 a game this year. Yep. And so we can't not look at that. But if you look at his entire career, it's been fluff, it's been disappointment. It's not for a lack of talent, right? So Can he get that? But even if you're the Wizards, would you give him that?
Well, that again gets back to the Kemba Walker conversation. And here's my point about trying to predict if Bradley Beal qualifies for this next summer, if he'll get the votes. I don't know if he's going to get All-NBA votes if he changes teams in the middle of the year, because I think that the interest in him at the trade deadline is going to be insane, right? You're going to have a bunch of teams who went all in this summer and said, this is it. The Warriors have broken up. This is our time. Kevin Durant's still injured. We are going to go for it. And there's like 10 teams in that position, and they're not all going to be doing well by February. And there's going to be some desperate GMs who are like, we just need that one more piece. Bradley Beal. The Wizards say they're not going to deal him, but they're going to get so many offers, and I'm very curious.
Don't buy a house.
How that goes.
Don't buy a house, Bradley. Don't do it.
Learn from Chris Paul in Houston. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.